Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about a 64 unit apartment complex and kind of going through the numbers. Before we do that, if you could please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and hit the thumbs up. Okay, so this deal was brought to us by a broker, and actually the broker was the property management company that brokered the deal between the sellers and the owners. What I wanted you guys to pay attention to was these two things. One, solving a problem for the sellers, and two, the highest and best use for that piece of property or that commercial property or single family house or whatever. This could be applied to anything. The first thing that we thought was solving a problem for the sellers. The problem with this particular 64 unit deal was that it was broken up into 8 different owners. Out of the 8 owners, each one of them owned 2 or 3 buildings, and then one of them owned 8 buildings. So the guy that owned 8 buildings, he was keeping up with the maintenance and landscaping and the roofs and renovating them because he had the cash flow. He had a total of 32 units in the entire apartment complex. The other owners were pretty much one building owners, so they owned 4 units, and some of them owned 8. Problem with them is that they weren't keeping up with any of the maintenance issues or the landscaping issues. So that was one of the biggest things that I saw in this particular deal, that I could solve a problem for the sellers. I was thinking in my head, if I can buy all 64 units, I can have them all under one roof, under one LLC, under one ownership, and then we can uniformly rehab the entire complex and rebrand it under its own name, put one manager in charge over everybody, put one maintenance guy in charge over all maintenance. So we can bring all that together as an apartment complex. That was the first thing. The second thing was the highest and best use for the apartment complex. When I mean highest and best use is these apartments were owned by, again, individual owners. The problem with having it individual ownership is that it's valued based on just one building. So if he wanted to sell that one building, he would have to get a sales or an appraisal or an appraiser that would appraise it based on the other buildings that sold around the area. Well, if we bought it and we bought all 64 units, now the highest and best use goes from a quad to a apartment complex, which is a commercial deal. A commercial deal is appraised differently than 5 units or less, because 5 units or less is technically single family. So those were the 2 ways that we were able to see kind of into the future. If we say we purchased it, we solved problems for the owners, for the sellers, and then that would in essence help us as buyers and manage the entire community as one ownership. And 2, the highest and best use. Once we were able to get it from a quad, one individual quad among 16 quads, now we have 64 units, 16 buildings, all owned by one LLC. So this was the biggest one. The price for one building was like $79,000 or $80,000. It was somewhere between $70,000 and $80,000 for that one building, which divided by 4, a per unit cost was $20,000 a door, right? When we were able to buy it and make it into an apartment complex, rehab it, raise the rents, lower the expenses, we were able to get an appraisal at $40,000 a unit. And that was a kind of a conservative appraisal, because the appraiser said, well, you could have even more. He could have went up to about $45,000, $46,000 a door. So the highest and best use in this case scenario literally doubled the price of this apartment complex, from taking it from a quad into a 64 unit apartment complex, from individual owners to one ownership, literally doubled the price just by appraising it differently, from a single family appraisal to a commercial appraisal. So that's kind of where you need to have your mindset when you are looking at deals and best ways to try to get the best deal possible. this was the best way, the best two things that I thought in this type of particular deal that we were able to add value. Now we obviously added value in different ways. We took the rents from, you know, $525 and $600 for a 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom, and we could easily put them up to $650 and $775. Undervalued rents, like I said in other videos before, or lowering expenses. This place was at like a 65-68% expense ratio. We lowered it to like 52%, and that keeps going down as the renovations are over. But those are the two kind of quick ways, and there's a bunch of other ways, but those are the two quick ways that I thought from the beginning that we were able to add value quickly to this apartment complex. Okay, if you guys like this video, comment down below. Let us know if you want to hear any other type of videos or any other ideas on what you guys want us to talk about. Other than that, have a good day. Bye.